November 2010 in the PAL regions of Japan the following month after that. So it's one of the few games actually the United States got first. And with us for this game will be Leha, and we're going to have Reek back on the couch with me again. How are you both doing again?
Well, it's great to be here. I really hold this game quite dear to me. It's one of the first speed games I got really good at, and I still enjoy playing it a lot to this day. I'm quite active in the community, and yeah, I'm just really glad whenever I get the chance to run it in a marathon. And shoot it over to Rikel.
Yeah, hey, I'm Ricolt. I got actually pretty early in this run, like 2015 is when I started. Built the community up as well a little bit at the IL boards. That fell off a little bit. Fortunately, Leah was there to pick up the slack, and the community is absolutely booming right now with a lot of cool people.
Now, Donkey Kong Country is kind of getting a little resurgence right now because they're doing a lot of remakes for the Switch and everything, but you're actually playing the original Wii version of the game, is that correct?
That is correct, yes. The Wii version is overall considered to be the best version for speedrunning. The Switch remake has very long load times and some other interesting, in a bad way, changes.
You wouldn't think that with the current console system, you'd think it would be a little faster, but apparently not.
Yeah, you would think so.
If you think the load times to be like normal, and the starting lag, like normally if you go into a stage, you can immediately start, but in the HD version, you actually have to wait until the game's like fully loaded and then you can start. So that adds like 1 to 1.5 second everything. Other than that, the game is like almost 1 to 1, almost.
Yes, and also shout out to the 3DS version of this game, which really never gets a chance to shine at any marathon, but it's kind of just the HD version but better for speedrunning.
Well, I mean, we want the high quality content. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to get right into it here.
Dive right in. Let's go.
So I will start my timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
So
here we go.
If you're familiar with Tropical Freeze speedruns, you'll know that they start from a file that's already pre-watched a cutscene, but in this game we can just skip the intro cutscene, so we don't actually have to worry about that.
So much better, yeah.
Of course, with the Wii console, you gotta love the controllers being interactive, you know, and more just like instead of pushing buttons.
Yeah, this is the only sort of bad thing. Every time the Donkey Kong rolls, Leah is actually shaking the Wiimote. There's no option to not do that.
Yeah.
So you're getting your workout this morning, is what you're saying?
Precisely. Although it's actually not as bad as it seems. I honestly think that the motion controls on the Wii version are really good, to be honest. I think they feel really smooth and responsive compared to other Wii games. Looking at you, NSMB Wii.
Yeah, they are really good. Actually, question, are you playing with or without nunchuck?
Nunchuck. I've always been a nunchuck player.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
On that note, there aren't many differences between the control schemes in terms of speed. However, some levels are faster with the Wiimote, and overall Wiimote is very slightly faster over the course of an RTA run. That goes for all categories, but if I were to try and use it,
we want to have fun. This is what we want to have fun with this.
Yeah, if I were to try and use it to save that little bit of time in levels like this one, then I would actually just lose more time back by, playing worse, because I don't like the Wiimote controls. But some people like them. I'd say there's like a 50-50 split of players who use Wiimote and players who use Nunchuck, so some decent variety. And speaking of Wiimote, the reason why it would actually save time is in levels with vertical climbing like this. So when I climb up something, I actually get faster climbing acceleration if I'm playing with Wiimote. I don't get that here because I'm playing with Nunchuck, but it doesn't matter too much. I don't miss any cycles or anything as a result. And also while I'm climbing, I'm actually holding the joystick at a diagonal upwards angle, so you can hold either up, left, or up, right. For some reason, that lets you climb faster, like significantly faster, about 1.5 times as fast. I don't know why, but
And next to that, absolute recent discovery.
yeah,
Maybe it's just an input thing of the detection for the controller. Maybe, who knows?
I mean, it might have to do with the same thing we saw with Croc. If you go forward and then go left, it kind of like absolutes, of course. Then it might actually factor into going faster in diagonal left.
yeah.
I mean, that's another glitch that happens in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, for example. Anyway, we've been like talking about a little bit of metadata. The game itself, it plays well. It looks really good. And this is the first DKC stage that has built-in time trials, and you can definitely feel that that has been reflected into the level design. There's just a lot of like things that just work together, like this frog over here. These are planned to be there to just make the flow of the game just feels faster.
Yeah, you definitely can tell how everything just kind of flows well together, and just you can be kind of seamless, just run through. Gotta go fast.
Yeah, I absolutely love how this game feels to run. Some say Tropical Freeze is better. I say some, most say Tropical Freeze is better. I totally get where they're coming from. I just think Returns is better myself. But much love to the Tropical Freeze community as well. We share a Discord server, so there's plenty of like cross activity.
Yeah, for the first time ever, DKCR is more booming than Tropical Freeze. They're both really good games. You're talking about games that have a 90% score similar, so saying that one is better than the other, like, it's a non-issue. They're both really good.
Okay, just the fact that how fast you're doing this is insane to me.
I mean, these barrels are relatively just forwards. There's just a few bars like here where you need to know, okay, I need to pause my button for a little bit. Otherwise, I just go up or do nothing or die a little bit. There's a lot of things like that. Like if you mash here as well, you die, you have to do all that over.
There was
You just gotta
one
know when to
ledge,
hesitate.
like, there was like one ledge there that I actually hovered over, even though it looked like I could cleanly make it with a jump. And that's because for some reason, if you touch like the very edge of it, it kicks you off and you die. I don't know why. I don't no idea why that ledge acts like that. None of the others in the game do. But you gotta be careful there. Yeah, 1.5 is a really simple level for the most part, aside from the ending, which can be quite difficult to optimize sometimes. Going into our first auto-scroller here, although it has a little tiny non-auto-scroller section here. This beginning can be a bit weird sometimes. Nailed it. Let's go for a ceiling boost. I got it, nice. That is a really swanky new kind of strat, where if you grab in, if you jump into a ceiling, if it's a flat ceiling or like slanted against you, normally you just like lose all your speed. If it's or if you grab when you, if you say grab when you hit the ceiling, you'll actually keep your roll speed, and if the ceiling is kind of slanted in the way that one was, you'll actually gain a lot of speed. It's a very new thing. There aren't a huge amount of places to use it, especially not in any percent, but it is a really cool looking time save when it works. Not too much left in this level here, only about 30 seconds left.
How
this
many
is a
total levels are there? Like, not total levels or stages, like how many are there for this game?
So there are 72 in the whole game, but 52 in any percent.
Okay, so there's like bonus levels you could actually play in this game if you'd like to.
Yeah, 72 in the Wii version, although the 3DS and Switch versions have 80. There is an extra world, or rather the final world is more fleshed out with 9 levels instead of 1.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they only had this one golden banana stage. However, as for the levels we're not doing, every world has like a few stages, and there are multiple paths to the end. Like right now, you see like one lock on the bottom.
Right.
You need to get like 20 coins to get a key for that. It's the one level that everyone knows where it's like monotone colors. Donkey Kong is just a shadow with a red tie. Looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
But
it's
getting
also
that is it's a little bit slow, yeah. So slow and expensive, so we're not doing that.
fast
And
muggly.
next to that, oh sorry, go on.
Nice, I got fast muggly. Sorry to interrupt. This is just a strat for the first boss where you stop him on the left instead of waiting for him to go all the way over. You have about a 6-frame window to do it, so it doesn't sound that bad, but the cue is a little weird. I use kind of an audio cue for it, but I've done it so many times that I can also just kind of muscle memory my way through it. And with that, that is World 1. And that's a decent World 1.
It's a sub 10? Yeah, absolutely sub 10. That's like the minimum we want.
839 is... With my loads, an 8.3x is quite good. Can't really go wrong with that.
Let's see what my PB does, because now I'm curious.
Speaking of loads, I'm not going to blab about them too much because they don't have much, relevance to this run, but load times do differ a little bit between consoles and also whether you're playing it on the eShop version like I am, or on a disc. And yeah, they're a bit weird, but we only really recently had a way to deal with it on the leaderboards. But so, like, thankfully that's a thing now, but it was kind of an issue for a long time, and it is still kind of difficult to compare runs sometimes. I actually have on my splits, which you can't currently see. Wait one sec. I didn't get it. I have on my splits some custom comparisons made to adjust some other players' runs to my loads. And I'm actually running against one of them right now. There's a player on the boards, Michael, who it just happens that he's got like a really nice and consistent run to compare against the top level, so I'm comparing against his run right now, just for fun. I like to see a lot of green on my splits. His run's really good, but
Hey, green needs money, man. We need money for this event too. By the way, we're trying to raise money for Against Cancer Gaming GFH Marathon. Gamers Against Cancer right now. We want to see that money, that green money, coming up our way to help all these people out there who are suffering. So,
as far as this game goes in speedrunning, World 2 is kind of the early game killer. The whole first half of the run from World 1 to World 4 really isn't too bad, but World 2 is the exception. And 3 levels in particular, 2-1, which we just did, and also 2-5 and 2-7 can really easily mess up a run, especially when you're starting to run the game. This level isn't so bad, but it does have a potential 4-second time save that I'm hopefully going to get. I've been getting better at it recently. I sound a bit weird when I'm talking while shaking the Wii remote, don't I?
I know it's like you're like,
Yeah.
Never gets old.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Donkey Kong Country has never been an easy game, or never meant to be an easy game. So yeah, World 2 has 2 absolute run killers in terms of stages.
Nice.
If you've played the game, you might remember them as the one with the squids and the one with the with like the tidal waves at the back.
I will say this game has a lot of like hints of maybe some other games took from it. Like the whole climbing section we are doing was kind of like Meat Boy there. You have the background foreground thing that you see in the new Mario game. There's a lot of cues that other games have taken from this, it looks like.
And a little strat I got in that level just then, we affectionately call it touch grass cycle. It's with that wheel towards the end. Wait a sec. Oh, good match.
Oh, that was fast.
You need to
Yeah,
press the
sheesh.
button 5 times to start I rocket up. But anyway, yeah, with that little wheel at the end, you can make a fast cycle, which was only really found in the past couple years. And it takes about 4 to 5 seconds over not getting it. So thankfully I've gotten a lot more consistent at it. And if you're watching this trying to get better at it, I think the easiest mistake to make is going too fast. You've got to be just slow enough so that you can actually grab the grass around the middle of the wheel, because it's got to come round and stuff. Yeah, very easy to go too fast for, and I was making that mistake forever, but now it's, I'd say like 80% consistent for me in runs, which is really cool. We kind of talk about the trifecta of early game time saves. That is to say 1B, 2-1, and 2-2 are 3 levels in a row that have like a 3 to 5 second time save in them. And I got 2 of them in this run. The one I missed was a bounce in 2-1 that is frame perfect, but if I got it, it would save about another 3 seconds by letting me skip a section. But you know, as long as you get 2 out of 3, you're kind of cooking at top level. He's going to try his best. Oh no, he slowly moved out of the way.
The Rocket Barrel stages are a ton of fun,
Yeah,
especially
they
the music.
actually, like, the auto scrolls in this game are really difficult. In speedrunning, they're not too bad usually. Some towards the end of the run can get a bit scary sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've also seen that a lot of runners take their own routes through there, or it's just me that differs from everyone else. But hey, as long as you live, there's not a lot of time you can lose there.
Yeah, the only thing you have to really do in 2-3 is that there are 3 coins you can get. And yeah, we do need to get coins in this run. We'll see why later. Or rather, actually, since we already explained locks, it's because, so those key paths that Recop briefly mentioned in World 1, we want to get 3 of those in the run, and each one is 20 coins. And we also want to get one other item that also costs 20 coins. But for now, we're worrying about getting our first set of 20 coins before the end of level 3-2, which we're well on track to do, so no worries there. Although we do have another coin requirement very shortly after that, which is a bit harder to hit. And then after that, we're usually fine for coins for the rest of the run. We don't have to think about them too hard.
Yeah.
Here's 2-5, though. One of the 3 killers of World 2.
I mean, not quite yet. Actually, oh. Hopefully you get the roll in that case. So, right after the next checkpoint, there are some tentacles coming up. And it's about a 50-50 shot if you can roll underneath those without getting hit.
Oh, let me tell you, there's actually a consistent way.
Oh, there is?
Go back
Okay.
here, and then you do an extra roll. Throws in an extra roll, which we never mentioned yet, that each roll loses 2 frames. But you can do them intentionally in cases like that to stall just enough to make it work. I want to intentionally take damage here. It's completely intentional to lose Diddy here. Barely get into those ones. And get bounces here. Yeah, we lose Diddy here in all categories in this game. Just makes the ending a lot easier, because something we haven't actually mentioned yet, which I'm pretty sure is like an oversight, if anything, is that when you're trying to get a high bounce on an enemy while maintaining your roll speed, it's really not that hard with DK, but with Diddy, it's actually frame perfect if you want to get a high bounce. And obviously that would make the ending a lot harder, considering we do 2 of those.
Now, without having Diddy there, is that making your hitbox smaller, or?
So it actually is making my hitbox very slightly small, but that doesn't really have many applications outside of one level much later on in the run. But what it's actually doing is that, or rather, when you have Diddy and you're trying to high bounce, there's only a 1 frame window because the button to bounce is the same as the button to hover, and I guess it was a bit of an oversight. 1 sec, I want to focus. Nice. I got a bit worried there. Blowing actually increases your hitbox size a very small amount, but I'm fine. Nice.
Also,
22
half a second to spare there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Really, nothing went wrong there. Yeah, 2-7 is a very scary level. It's very easy to die there.
Yeah, and now we're getting this boss that has like absolutely nothing going for it. This is an easy boss.
Bringing
Yeah.
our themes to pirates and games here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Crapsus took over this world. It's beautiful. One thing that we should mention, and that has to do with the coin route that we were talking about earlier, is that if you bounce multiple enemies in a row, like from 3 onwards, you get 1 coin up until 8, where you're starting getting extra lives. But those are, yeah, those are important for the rest of World 3 as well as World 4 later. Well, maybe not World 4, but for it, yeah. And especially in World 3, Stage 3, 4, I believe. There's a really good spot to get a lot of banana coins. However, I have a feeling that you won't go for it.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, but there is a spot in 3-2 that I really need to hit. Because if I don't hit it, I'm gonna miss out on about 4 banana coins.
The birds, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about the place with 8 enemies and 7 coins in the air.
Oh yes, that one. Yeah, I don't go for those.
Yeah, no, understandable. Another really good strat that loses a little bit of time, but not too much, is at the end of stages, you get those, end of stage barrels that you need to hit. You can get either a single banana, a medal, an extra life, or a DK sign. If you get the DK sign, it wants you to smash it up until to a maximum of 15. And then that transforms into either 15 bananas, 15 banana coins, which is good, or 15 lives, which we don't really need. However, taking the chance, going for the DK and getting 15 of those, that would absolutely help. Like, we only need 75 banana coins throughout the whole run. 75? No, less. 65.
80. 80, but we really are only worried about the first 2 requirements because the last one is a lot easier to hit.
Yeah.
And particularly the second one is difficult to hit.
How many banana potions are you going for?
Just 1 in 8-1.
Okay.
Same old. We really don't need to, like... Those DK barrels, like, aren't required unless you're playing all stages, which is kind of the, It's the second shortest category in the game, but that means it's still 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's... You really only need them in all stages, where you need to buy all of those world keys, and you really just do not get enough to make ends meet in the levels otherwise. In contrast to the other categories, okay, I guess 200% as well, because 200% is all stages plus mirror mode, but in the other categories where you either just play any percent or you get all the puzzle pieces, you don't need to worry, because even though you still need to buy all the world keys and all puzzle pieces, you get so many coins from the bonus rooms, you don't need to bother with any luck-based stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. All right, this is definitely one of the more impressive, somewhat difficult stages. Like bounce or chaining these 6 birds, which you did perfectly.
Yeah, if I miss like any of those, I'm gonna lose out on possibly 1 or all of those banana coins, so I've really got to not do that. And also, it loses just a lot of time to do that. Ooh.
So it's like you're trying to unlock a safe here. Like combinations here.
This is also the this is the second longest level in the run. Specifically, it's the longest normal, like non-boss level in the run. Nice.
Hitting a button, no. Standing on the button. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a strat pattern in the past couple years. Actually, no, I tell a lie. That was not found in the past couple years. It was found by a random player back in 2015, but then it was just kind of forgotten about for a long time. Shout out to that player, by the way. His name is Formia22. A German player who played a very long time ago when didn't really have any contact with the community, but he did get one IL world record, and he also found that button jump strap, which saves about a second.
Question from the chat: all bananas run when? Question mark.
I don't think that's possible.
Specifically for me, yeah, some of them actually just go.
Oh, that was first
That was
frame.
whack.
That was a very good 3-2.
Feel free to make a YouTube challenge. Can I
Goals.
get all bananas in DKCR?
That is a goal 3-2, by the way. Wahoo.
Hey,
Very good. Right.
that's that you're trying to
Yes.
go faster or anything, right?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm on my best pace by 3 seconds, and I do that. Oh well.
Yeah. So you see Leah actually going for that specific stage. What this does is making it so that we can skip 2 other stages.
Yeah, it because so we get to do one less stage, and it also happens that 3-4 is much shorter than both of the other 2 levels. Like 3-4 is about 45 seconds. The other 2 are about a minute 10, minute 15. There's one momentum max I want to hit here. Ah, didn't get it. Okay. Slightly janky movement, but we're fine.
Yeah. So this is what I call banana coin alley.
Yeah, I don't go for any of them.
Yeah, I know. Understandable. But yeah, seeing how you're already on 13, good stuff.
This looks a
Yeah,
bit
the name
scary,
of the
but
game.
honestly fine.
The name of the game definitely is damage boosting sometimes.
And yeah, I actually delayed there, like waited a little bit by the birds, just because going forward any faster than that would have loaded the shark in instantly, but the platform was already loaded in, so a little bit of trickery there to get the shark to come in late enough that it can't actually do anything to me. I did take one more hit than necessary in that level, so I almost forgot I was going to lose Diddy earlier, and I nearly died because of that, because when you have Diddy, as you can probably see, you can roll infinitely. If you only have DK, you can only roll for about half a second at a time. You have to, therefore, chain roll jumps a lot as just DK. Also, this is Rambi. This is the only time we see him in the run.
Yeah, absolutely not necessary otherwise. Just like in Tropical Freeze, where of the 3 times you can see him, we only use him for like 1 really. Or we have to use it for 1 really.
Well, that's
The
kind
bad
of
thing-
sad.
Sorry?
That's good. That's kind of sad. You only can see it one time.
Yeah, they
I
really
mean,
like kind of gutted the
yeah.
animal buddies from the original trilogy. Although, I mean, okay, I'm a bit of a zoomer. I never actually played the original trilogy, so I never had any attachment to them to begin with. And Rambi's a little bit annoying to use sometimes. He's kind of clunky. You might be able to more clearly see the slowdown when starting up a roll or a charge with Rambi, because he actually loses double the amount of time. So 4 frames per charge instead of 2 frames per roll. But thankfully that's the only time we see him. I sound really mean, don't I?
I mean, we need more animal buddies. Where I mean, we got Squawks, but where's Espresso? Where's some guards? Winky. We need some Winky in our lives.
Oh yeah, on guard is just not a thing because you can't swim in this game. If you touch water,
Oh
you
yeah.
die. He is allergic to water.
I guess DKCR has been a while compared to DKC 1. Anyway, yeah, this boss is something to talk about. No one likes this boss, but he's not the worst.
Nice.
Oh, you had some really good luck here.
Yep. I'm standing here because he has like a 90% chance to go to the right, but he might go to the left, so I'm just... Okay, preparing for both possibilities. Oh, I wanted that. Oh, that's really bad.
That's generally not good news.
He just had to say he was getting good luck.
Yeah, I blame myself for this.
That's fine. It'll.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm losing by
generally,
seconds now, but
Commentator cursing.
all right, that's fine. Yeah, I lost about 8 seconds to that boss over what I could have gotten, but that's whatever. This is still a really good run, honestly. Like nearly a 27 on. We tend to time world exit times on when we punch the T key, so that was nearly a 27. That was a 28:02, and really cannot go wrong with 27 on World 3.
mm, oh, my
this is
world freeze at 29. Damn, you. Actually, that's not too much.
Yeah, that's not that much slower. We're going kind of into the last early game world here, which is a bit of a unique one, and it's also by far the shortest one in the run. We only play 4 levels here, and now like 3 of them are auto-scrollers.
Yeah, the last one is the boss.
Yeah.
This is an entire auto scroller world. Like there are 3 stages with these minecarts, and 2 of them with rocket barrels, of which we don't do one of each of them.
I was gonna say that
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
you go.
That roll I got at the checkpoint is like really weird. It only works if you delay the preceding cannon shot by exactly 1 frame. So I don't know why it's like that. It's really weird. In HD and 3D, for the record, it works every time. Wii is just a little weird in that regard.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that being a little bit wonky. That one.
There's one. I call it the 3-framer because I don't have an interesting name for it. It is a 3-framer jump. Right.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Okay, here's a really cool skip.
Nice. If you get that, it saves about a second and a half. If you miss it, you die.
Yeah.
No risk reward there. I mean,
Something interesting in these minecart stages. The first one we did, we were sitting in the minecart. With this one, we're standing on top of it, and that changed the gameplay a little bit. That means that we can't actually jump over what's the word? Jump over like inclines and declines to speed that up a little bit. However, it does bring some other gameplay to the table, which is interesting.
Yeah, and this is another one of those levels. Also, I just wanted to say, really stupid random trivia, because I think we're all here for that. This level is called Grip, ''N'' Trip, in the PAL English version, but it's called Grip & Trip in the American English version, and also in all regions in DKC Returns HD. That is absolutely pointless trivia, I just wanted to point it out.
If it works. Yeah, that is trivia. I didn't even know.
I love like random obscure things in translations like that. You can just bash this as much as you want, it does nothing.
I mean, you gotta do anything. You gotta get that early morning workouts.
I like to jump here. It does absolutely nothing. It just looks cool. And yeah, a couple more coins you can get here for free. So I'm comfortably above the 20 mark. If I were not at 20 coins right now, first of all, something really bad would have had to happen. But second of all, I would go into the background right here because there are some extra coins right there. If you are in an emergency in this level and you don't have any coins by the end, you can get 4 extra coins like that. But
slower, but worth it. It's slower not doing that.
Yeah.
nice that you have like little contingency plans kind of built into the run here.
Yeah. Gotta have the backup strats. And here's our second shop trip. Let's hope I menu correctly this time. There we go.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm kind of sad about is that of the 3 minecart stages, the one we're not doing is my favorite.
Oh, 4-3.
Yeah, mostly because of cinematics.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad we're not doing 4-3 because in runs 4-3 only ever Okay, in my defense, we only ever play it in all stages and all puzzles, and it only means trouble in those categories. Because the second Kong, we have to get all the Kong letters in all stages and all puzzles, and the second Kong letter, the O in 4-3, is a nightmare. Like, it's a 2-frame jump to hit it, casually. Like, it's just designed to be evil, and not even speedrunners are 100% consistent at it. So, yeah, kind of glad we don't have to do that. And also,
I agree with you there. No worries.
and as an extra punch to the gut in those categories, the other level we skip in Mod 4, that is 4-5, that also has a rather tough Kong letter and puzzle piece at the very end, which speedrunners also, like, always die to. Not always, but usually. Not
Usually,
uncommon.
yeah. I can see you're also going for a lot of Kong letters and puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you don't lose time. I do the same thing. But people generally don't go for it because it's a little bit of added difficulty.
Yeah. Speaking of, I am actually running tomorrow morning file completion, which is the longest category in the game, and it does everything, including those puzzle pieces. I'm running that over a really, really long-a-thon, so not to divert attention away from this marathon, but if you want to see more DKCR, then you should go there tomorrow morning, where I will be possibly suffering, but hopefully having fun.
We're just a warm-up for you for that, then.
Yep. I have not been doing enough practice for that, I admit, so this is my reality check.
All levels, puzzle pieces, gold time trials, do it again in mirror mode.
Yep. About an 8-hour category.
Oh, just 8 hours? Oh.
We're fast these days. So this boss, casually, you are supposed to wait a bunch. You can literally just jump straight to the train. As even an intended strat, for the record. They intend you to do that to get the gold medal in time attack mode. Which is really cool.
That is really cool. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So all but one of the carts will fall at the end of each phase. And we're interested in the last one that's left standing, not because we need to stand on it, of course, but also because it will dictate how far away the train is in the next phase. Wherein we actually got both of the extremes here. In the first phase, it was the rightmost cart, which means the train's going to be furthest away, and just then it was the leftmost cart, which means it was really close. And if it's the leftmost cart, or actually, if it's any of the 3 left carts, so the 2 left carts and the center one, you can actually make it with just DK. You don't even need Diddy.
And here you actually have to, I guess, but you don't have to because it just automatically joins the main train. So one thing I learned here is that the first 2 trains, cars that wiggle, is not going to be it, where the boss comes out of.
Nice. That was unfortunately a pretty slow 4D. Lost about 9 seconds to my gold there, unfortunately, but I mean 36-18, can't really go wrong with that. Any low 36 is still really solid, honestly. But yeah, nothing terrible's happened yet.
Well, okay, way to jinx yourself here.
Okay, I mean, we're going to World 5. It has difficult stages in the top right of the world.
The run starts in World 5. So this is where the game undergoes one of 2 difficulty spikes. Really, you could say like any world from World 5 to the end is the hardest world in the run. World 5 in particular is really a killer. I'd say World 5 is harder than World 6, which is coming after it. Myself. Yeah, this first one is like kind of an introduction to all that, but you can still like easily take a death here. Like even this first level, which is relatively tame for World 5 standards, you can mess up quite easily. Some bounces here to get extra coins. We only need to... We have like 30 minutes to get like up to 40 coins. We're going to be completely fine. On that note, 4B, the level we just did, actually can kind of screw you over for the rest of the run if you get really unlucky, because you want to get a lot of coins in those mole bopping phases, and if you don't, you're kind of screwed. Not really, but like you can't get the extra safety item that you want for one of the last levels. Oh, that was really close.
Yeah, we're gonna save up for something that's not a key as well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that one enemy bounce was kind of terrifying. I thought I was gonna die. If I'd been just like the tiniest bit earlier, I would have just taken damage on the right side of the enemy, my hover would have run out, and I also would have just fallen to my death. And it would take a lot of time to back that up because I'd be left back at the checkpoint with no Diddy. 5-2 is... Some people say this is the first of the Gauntlet of World 5, that being 5-2, 5-3, and 5-4. It's definitely the easiest of those levels, but this level is really technical, and honestly one of the best for speedrunning. I'm not the best at it myself, I'd say, but there is a lot you can do here. This level is... This is one of the ones that's really built for speedrunning.
Like, look at this jump, for example. Beautiful.
You're supposed to wait, let that platform swing around, but you can just do that. Not in all stages, there's a Kong ladder down there, but... Oh, nice.
That was a good bounce as well. So this stage is mostly built on damage boosting. Mostly because every 10 meters there's a Diddy barrel. Like we get hit here, and right after this one, please don't call me a liar, there should be a Diddy barrel like...
I'm actually not supposed to have Diddy still. I don't know. I got really lucky avoiding that hit the checkpoint. That doesn't happen very often.
So that skip right there.
I love that strat. That's called Beak Jump. Ooh. And there's one coin hit. You can do a skip at the ending as well, but I play a bit safe there.
This one is...
ending skip is a lot harder. That's a good 5-2. Alright, this is the... If you're going to take a death in your run, this is probably the first level you'd expect to die in. I'm not going to try and jinx myself here, but... this level is... It is known to kill. And so is the next one. Beginning's pretty tame, but when you get to the second half is when it kind of starts to ramp up. Oh, whoa. On the edge here.
I think the gauntlet starts after this one?
This is part of the gauntlet.
You would say? Sure. Okay.
Right. So... That
yeah, I guess.
That jump can easily kill you in like 2 different ways. Sometimes you don't make it to that platform. I don't know why. The ending is where it really ramps up, and I want to focus for this one just a little bit. Nice.
Good stuff.
Not done just yet. Perfect. Yeah,
that was a beautiful display, yes.
And the next level is similarly difficult. Some people say this is one of the hardest, single hardest levels in the run, and a lot of people don't like this one. I love this level. It does still kill me a bit. This is one of my favorite levels to time attack, but it's... You're never safe from taking a death here. It kind of just speaks for itself. It's just really tough platforming.
Do not get hits or lose Diddy here, as his jetpack is very valuable a little bit later. At least I say this. Never mind. We just use all the Zubats.
Perfect. Pretty much a perfect 5-4. for what you want to get in a run. Don't fail the last jump. If you go too early in that last jump, you'll hit the ceiling and then probably walk to your death. You can just actually walk underneath the gold barrel and fall into a hole and die. Only on Wii, actually. In 3D and HD, your hitbox is larger, and you actually cannot walk underneath that barrel, but on Wii you can. So be careful. But no, that's pretty much completely fine 5-4. I hesitated a tiny bit close to the end, but otherwise nothing went wrong there. And 5-5 is a really chill level, kind of a break from the really hard stuff. Still possible to take a death here, but this is a really fun and fast level for the most part. Wow.
This looks really cool, but there's a lot of stuff they couldn't do on the Wii U, or the Wii, I guess, that they did with Tropical Freeze. This is also beautiful, beautiful timing.
I'm pressing grab while I'm bouncing off the flower there, because that lets me maintain my speed when I bounce off the enemy afterwards. I don't know why grabbing lets you do that. A lot of stuff in this game we're like, okay, we don't know why it works, we're just going to roll with it though.
Somebody asked from the chat, how much time does the skip save?
Oh, the skip. There are many skips, and there's actually a skip in 5. There's actually 2 different skips at the end of 5-5 that we'd never go for in runs because they're really risky. They look really cool, but I guess the skip... I'm not sure what skips we really talked about other than the ones in 5-2, which they both save about 2 seconds each. Oh yeah, arachnophobia warning. Look away for the next minute if you have arachnophobia.
Oh.
That means you have to go faster. Yeah, this is the one stage that everyone remembers. If they got here.
This is actually one of the more consistent levels in speedrunning. Even as really difficult casually. Just kind of go on your way.
Obviously, that hit was intentional.
Yep. Yeah. I did not get task gate. Oh well. That only says 0.15. This is JXD strat right here, by the way. Mash the A button, you can shoot out that cannon 0.8 earlier for some reason. And JXD discovered that. JXD, by the way, he is an absolute legend. He hasn't played the game in a little bit now, but he is one of the most legendary players in the game, and we miss him, but he's moved on to Donkey Kong Land 3 now, and honestly, good for him, because he is tearing it up in that game as well. But yes, I remember, because I mostly do ILs in time attack mode in this game, one of my biggest fears is seeing a new JXD upload.
You're thinking, oh, do I have to play again? I know the feel.
Messed us up.
So Manga Ruby is a not too crazy boss, but he can be a little bit of a prick if you let him.
Yeah, this is considered the hardest boss in the run.
What is this? Is this Stargate? It looks exactly like Stargate.
So the thing about bosses is that all of them, all bar 2 of the bosses, there are 8, have RNG. This is one of the only 2 that doesn't have RNG. The other one is the first boss. And I got a perfect boss. Let's go. That is a very difficult boss.
Yeah, this boss is totally controllable.
Yep. It's got a 46 Ward 5. I'm kind of happy about that, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm +8 on my PB right now. I should just let you know. This has been a really good run. Alright, Ward 6. I think Ward 6 is a bit tamer than Ward 5, but it is 1 level longer and still plenty of risk here. I hope this doesn't happen. good it didn't happen. Sometimes you can just bonk that first bone platform. I don't know why. They're not supposed to have walls, but for some reason they do tend to have wall hitboxes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
there's-
never
there's-
mentioned that, when you notice I am getting some like high bounces with speed with Diddy, like they look like consistent strats, even though I said at the beginning of the run that it's frame perfect. It's not always frame perfect. In some instances, if you're ascending from a jump, it will not be frame perfect, and you can actually just hold because it's not yet possible for Diddy to use his jetpack. And speaking of Diddy, he increases the hitbox size to make that ending way more consistent. With only DK, that ending is quite inconsistent. That was a very good 6-1. Pretty much perfect. Alright, auto-scroll the time. World 6 does have one more level than World 5, but one of them is an auto-scroller. World 5 has no auto-scrollers. I think World 5 is one of only 2 worlds, not including like the single quote-unquote World 9 that has one level in it. I think World 5 is one of only 2 worlds that have no auto-scrollers. Just pure platforming. But yeah, this one's not too scary, really.
Also a really fun stage to do.
Yeah. I will say, the IL for this level is one of a very few levels that we know to be maxed out, as far as we can tell. And it's not as simple as it seems. As we briefly mentioned in 1.6, the first setting minecart level, there are things you can do to save time in these minecart sections, and yeah, trying to do it literally perfectly is really difficult. I am actually like the only top player to have not gotten the max out in this level. Somehow like 4 people have it, which is just crazy to me. I have gotten 1 frame off 4 times, but you know, the expectation is that you get 1 frame off like 50 times before you get it. And I'm not about that. Thankfully this level's not too bad in RTA runs. It's one of the tamer auto-scrollers. Especially the last 30 seconds on that eggshell. Not gonna lie, I'm slightly nervous because of how good this run is. Just the time
Even
is
if
right.
it fails, remember it's a showcase. We're not going for
Yeah.
world record here.
But if you want to do a world record, that's totally fine too. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but if we do get world records, I want to see some donations.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen no donations abroad, guys. So we want to see them keep rolling in here. So far we have 350 raised, which is awesome, but we want to get to that 5,000 goal by the end of the event. So please keep the money coming in. We do appreciate it. All the donations go to Stand Up to Cancer.
This is one of the best levels for speedrunning in the game, by the way. It is. You can just see in this level much more than like most of the other ones how this game was like built for speedrunning. So good.
We're 30 seconds in. I'm already seeing that I need to relearn this stage. I mean, to be fair, I learned this game back in 2015, updated my strats minimally. I'm more of like I do the runs that I like and then go on to other runs. So I know I have a big arsenal, but more of a jack of all trades. So I wouldn't say I'm a master or anything.
Is the checkpoints in this stage, is that a pig? It's like waving a flag. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yes.
But for every level in the game, there is. He's our friend. He also like Oh wait, one sec. About to start yapping, and then I realize I want to focus for just a second. But yeah. He also like is the referee for the time attack mode. Like, he will start and finish you off on every single time attack attempt you do, which is where I spent most of my time in this game. He's our friend. You get used to seeing him. He doesn't look quite right in Tropical Freeze, I gotta admit. Looks a bit weird.
Okay.
I mean, if he's called Chops, what do you expect? But is
Oh
it
yeah,
Chops?
this level's kind of scary. This is like the scariest level in World 6.
Well, got hit, but that's not too bad.
Wait for a boulder here. That hit's intentional.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's one more of one more of these barrels, but after that,
that enemy bounce is kind of risky.
There it is. So the end is especially interesting, where we really need to like look after our hits, and if we get hit, yeah, we now got to do a little bit of a different approach here.
I thought I was going to take an extra hit, but I actually didn't. We're normal. It's good.
Okay, good. Oh, you just go over. Good stuff. So you can just barely make that. I say barely, but barely on my level, I guess.
Yeah, there is a consistent way to make that. It all comes down to your, like one of the last jumps there. You've got to do it kind of as late as possible without being too high on the slope. Because being too high on the slope will kind of kill your roll speed. You've got to jump as late as possible without that. Also, that massive boulder is a one-hit kill no matter how much health you have.
Yep.
So,
I mean, for me, it is consistent, but it's definitely way more consistent if you have Diddy. Obviously, we kind of don't want Diddy there. Yeah, that happens more often.
Okay, I really messed up the beginning there. Right, it's fine, get Diddy. There are a couple cheeky ways this level can kill you. Like right here. Which it didn't. But yeah, this level's like... This middle section's really chill. Not much happens here. Big slope. And then like the rest of this level's kind of half auto-scroller. Gotta wait for this guy. Also, he is also a one-hit kill. One-hit kills are kind of a theme of this game. Like, anything in an auto-scroller is a one-hit kill in this game. They fixed that in Tropical Freeze. I say fixed. They changed that in Tropical Freeze. They also changed the levels to be harder to go with it. Yeah, we're gonna
I don't mind it.
In a little bit. Cheeky jump here to save some more time. Nice.
I want to remind everybody that who are watching this Gamers for Hope Gamer Against Cancer event. We do want to remind everybody that we are actually on time for our schedule. This current event run is a make good from earlier this evening. So we will be on time and back on our normal schedule coming up with the next run after this. So stay tuned.
You thought we were going to go straight to the boss. Nope. Game tricks you.
On you.
I don't know why it tricks you. I started referring... okay, so if you're familiar with Jay, the SMG2 runner, well, I say Galaxy 1 and 2 runner. I don't know why I said Galaxy 2 only. You may, but specifically in Galaxy 2, you may know of the mysterious time loss called Bowser Glitch. I refer to that as 6-6 glitch. That thing where the path breaks, I refer to it as 6-6 glitch. It's, you know, not really a time loss, but we like to pretend it is. Oh no, I got 6-6 glitch. I could have saved it.
I gotta do 2 more stages.
I've got to be really careful with that platform there, by the way. It's really easy to fall through
that. That was an interesting timing play there.
Ugh, messed that up.
If you're playing a stage for the first time ever, the next one is especially going to be nasty because it goes forwards, then backwards, and forward. And backwards instead of forwards again.
Oh, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the
Oh,
thing.
they're getting cocky now. It's like, I'm just gonna go for it.
That is a rather risky, but it saves like a second and a bit.
Yeah. For a speedrunner, we're skipping that on 2 different levels, so no worries.
I refer to that as Vine Strat, because, I mean, you get a Vine. You get a Vine early. Yeah, I messed up a little bit in that level, but it was fine. And this is, yeah, last normal level of World 6, and it is one of the most visually impressive levels in the game, I think. This is really atmospheric, casually. I'm still kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Why does this run have to be good?
I hate it. I mean, just fall in a pit and you'll lost every ounce of sweat.
Don't give me ideas.
Why do you have to be so awesome? Gosh.
The entire level we've been kind of building up to a cycle right here. Nice. And then the rest of this level's kind of mostly global cycled. Didn't get it, that's fine. I was trying to go for a rising bounce off that guy. Didn't get it though. Okay. We can do the ending a little bit faster, but it's quite difficult. Okay. Right. Say hello to the longest level in the game. This is a 2.5-minute boss. It does have RNG. It's not terrible RNG compared to some of the other bosses.
Yeah, it's not run ending.
You can lose about 10 seconds to perfect RNG here, or something. But yes.
So it's basically the first boss again, almost.
It's his evil cousin or something, I don't know. We don't know the relation between Mugly and Fugly. Like same
Assume
species
they're like,
or something?
assume
Who
they,
knows?
yeah. I mean, assume they're nephews or cousins. I mean, this guy has like something as like a shield.
Oh yeah, if I were running Returns 3D or HD right now, then on this phase transition I would have to ask you to turn the volume down. We don't have to do that on Wii, but for some reason in 3D and HD, that screaming is like insanely loud for some reason. Which, I mean, I guess that kind of goes to show how polished they are as a whole. I mean, okay, I'm going to excuse it in 3D because 3D is my boy, he can do no wrong, but HD there's no excuse. Like, if DKCR HD has done anything, I think above all it's like made me appreciate 3D so much more. Okay, that's so the RNG is that walk length. He can do either a short, mid, or a long walk. You want him to do a short one. And he can do that one at a time in the next phase. In the first phase he always does a mid walk, so there's no RNG there.
And we're already at phase 3. Every phase he learns one new attack.
You can jump on his back, by the way.
All fire related.
Fireball skip. You can skip an entire attack here, taking a damage boost. And I don't like this boss, but he's very nice and he always gives you a heart if you need one. So, yeah. And the second bit of RNG is coming over here. What will we get? Nice.
Oh.
If you get a short walk, it will always be the same boulder pattern. If it's a mid or a long, it can be different boulder patterns. We're just going to do the fireball skip again. Oh yeah, also RNG is the time he takes to turn around. He can turn around really slowly sometimes, but he mostly did fast ones there. It's not that important in RTA though, only really matters in ILs a huge amount. 101.36, that's crazy. For reference, my PB is 101.31. Okay.
Mm.
No pressure.
No pressure, just donkey.
Yep, just keep calm. Keep playing.
The next world is probably my favorite, with the exception of the next stage. Not this stage, the one after 7-2.
Oh yeah.
This stage, however, is I wouldn't say favorite, but people tend to like it because of the monochrome color scheme.
Yeah, there are 3 silhouette levels in this game, and this is the only one we play in any %.
Shame. There's a lot of references in the background if you want to look for it. Well, they're already gone, so.
Yeah, there was a Game & Watch in the background.
Yeah, a cried schedule as well because the devs made Metroid Prime 1 to 3 and 4 in a bit.
Would have liked to go faster there. Could have made it past that guy. Oh yeah, we're already like also comfortably with the 40 coin we want by the end of the next level, so we're good. Yeah, Ward 7's really like the start of the second difficulty spike. Like Ward 4 to Ward 5 and Ward 6 is a massive step up. Ward 6 to Ward 7 and Ward 8 is a minor step up again. I'd say most people say Ward 7 is the hardest world. I think like it could really go to any of the final 4 worlds, but I think Ward 7 is the most commonly agreed upon to be the hardest in the game. Especially this level. This is a really easy level to die in, so I'm not going to jinx myself too much, hopefully. I was practicing this right before stream. You can grab against a wall to prevent yourself from bonking off it, and instead just like kind of glide down it. I'll use that there. And I'll also use it here. See that little bonk effect there? Oh no. That'll be fine, I think.
Everything's fine.
I gotta be a little bit on edge, but it'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's a heart.
Easy heart you can get here.
Yeah, and we lose Diddy by the end anyway. Bit hard to make it past that one. Oh, tried to cut my jump too short. That's fine though. Other than that, that was fine. The damage like really didn't lose any time.
Because that was kind of a fixed event anyway, so.
Yeah. Alright, final shopping trip. Check out that menuing, by the way. I feel like I'm really good at shop menuing, but it's like such a minor part of the run. Especially considering like, I'm playing on a nunchuck, so I have to bring it back to neutral every time.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's like one of the things. I mean, you could probably go back and do something Final Fantasy related. That's all menuing.
Beginning of this level can kill, by the way.
This is a fun stage. It's hands, just hands everywhere, and the shortest stage of the run, I believe.
Oh, whoops. That's fine. That hit doesn't matter. Oh god, I've forgotten the cue for this jump. Nailed it.
When in doubt, trust your gut.
I want to land on those 4 hands at the end as early as possible, because that will activate the cannon that comes towards me. Okay, that was still fine.
This skips a really long auto-scroller.
Yep, that's why we do this. This is like a 40-second level compared to a minute 35. And
shopping trip worth it.
We've got 3 special ones coming up here. Each of these levels we have to find a switch to do a thing. Find.
Yeah. If we don't push these, we can't advance on the overworld, so we actually have to do the stage again and actually hit the switch. The first one is, I mean, obviously a little bit easier, as it's literally pointed out. The other 2, you need to find.
So very helpfully, the game tells you find at the start of each of these levels.
Yeah.
So the first one's coming up right here, and it's also the longest one. The other 2 are really quick, but this one is...
Oh yeah. This thing turns.
Rounds and rounds.
I mean, this might just tell the player, hey, it's a little bit tricky to get there.
That's so, a tiny save.
Whatever reason.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Oh.
There is a cyclone anime, so I'm going to try and lock in a little bit. Ah, yikes, I can't go for it now.
Ooh.
Just a little bit too early on that shot. I'm going to lose a little bit of time at the ending as a result. There is a global cycle thing at the very end. Also, I didn't even need to do that. That doesn't activate any platforms early, it just looks cool, but it also risks me dying. I'm so used to doing it in the IL, I don't worry about it. Oh, I probably could have shot early still. Oh well.
You could have. You could have.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, no.
well.
It's better. It's better to not die. Agree.
Lost about 7 seconds there. That's fine though. This is still good.
The next stage is probably one of my favorite stages in the game.
Yes, this
It's,
is a very cool level. I've got a decent bit of history with this level because this was like the hardest individual level world record for me to get at the time. This took me so long to get, but it's very cool level. You can see why it would be kind of difficult to learn in speedrunning, like right off the bat. And really, you've just got to know every outcome here. Also, here's the switch. Kind of seething boost to kind of make that faster, although I screwed up a little bit. Yeah, look at how much quicker this switch is. It's right here. And the next one is also really quick.
It's a super simple thing, like super simple concept, but just the usage has been done really well.
This ending is really scary.
Yeah.
Ah. Sometimes you just don't hit that switch, not much you can do about it. Okay. Still pretty decent. Lost just a bit of time.
I think one of the hardest things in like platformer speedrunning is like knowing when you actually need to take the hit for the invincibility frames and all. It's like knowing when you should be and shouldn't be doing that, you know?
Yeah, definitely some places where you could, take a damage boost to like back up a mistake, but a lot of people don't do it because they're just. It's really easy to get scared while running this game. Very easy game to die in.
Don't be scared. It's just a game, guys.
Also, this level's really jank. You could write like a 600-page book about why this level's so jank. Okay, I still got on top of it. Mess it up a little bit, but we're fine. This level is all cycles. And there's time to the music, as you can probably tell.
Especially loving that part of it.
That's probably one of the reasons why this game. I think it won an award for one of the best games of the year, I believe, when it came out. Right? Not
I mean,
mistaken.
it came out in December. I think those games are generally banned for, well, not banned, but like excluded because of how Game of the Years is actually getting thrown before the game is over. Kind of weird. I think this is a personal gripe of mine. Don't worry.
Oh, I could have made it so arrow early. I just got scared. Ah. Really
See,
weird.
it won Game of the Month when it came out.
Yeah, easily.
As it should.
I remember watching E3 in June 2010. I saw the trailer, and it just warmed my heart. Like the music playing at the correct time.
If you listened, you could hear it coming.
Thank you so much.
Also,
that's
this is
needed.
a special level. This is. I usually, when I'm asked how many levels there are in this game, the technical answer is 72. I tend to say like 71 with an asterisk. This is the asterisk. So this is the level we unlocked by getting all those switches. And this is really just a one-off level. Like, you can't even replay this one in the mirror mode, which is hard mode, or the time attack mode. You literally only play this level one time in your playthrough, even if you complete everything in the game. And this is a vertical rocket auto-scroller. It's not the last one in the run, wink wink. But yeah, just a really little chill one-off 50-second level to calm your nerves before.
Little
Um,
little Star Fox Invader action here.
yeah. This is to
Yeah.
calm your nerves before the guy. He is one. Okay, well, the guy I say he's one of many guys in the speedrun, and he may do as he pleases to this pace. Oh, big stretch. Don't press grab too early here, or you grab the Diddy barrel, and then you'll probably die. You'll do a big full, you'll do a grand leap with the Diddy barrel, not actually grabbing onto the grass, or, well, synthetic grass you're supposed to grab.
Leroy Jenkins.
We're just gonna wait for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is probably the most hated boss in the game
Yeah.
because of how its randomness can just kill runs.
And yeah, at the start he just walks across the entire arena 2 times before doing anything. I'm just existing here and waiting for him to do something. Alright, so he's gonna jump, and I want him to open his weak spot after just 1 jump. Not like that. He can take up to 3. Okay, 2 is fine. Each jump is like 6 seconds. So now he's going to give me a second hit for free. He's going to go over to the... Actually, he's quite close to the center, but no, he should go over to the left.
Oh. Good stuff.
Alright. Second hit is always for free, but that's only if you hit him away from the edge. You want to make sure you do that. And now he's... No, he's doing extra walks. He can do up to 2 extra walks here. Each one loses like 10 seconds. I pray he does not do a second one. No.
And
Yeah.
he's doing a late fast walk. No.
Yeah. 2 extra walks.
Womp
Wow.
womp.
Kind of womp to this pace, but it's fine this time, say later on. Don't tell anyone. And he can still do extra jumps, by the way. But I think that's it. No. Okay, wow.
Oh.
This is
Wow,
terrible.
you just being a butt today.
This is second worst RNG. Wow,
Can you
okay.
understand why we don't like this guy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Also, in the
Good.
last phase, it's not over yet. There is a strat I can hit here that will save 20 seconds if I hit it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's entirely skill-based. No, I'm so close.
Aww.
It's easier on the right side. I might get a double hit still. Okay, we got a double hit, but yikes. 50 seconds to gold.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's makes this really difficult now.
I mean, it's like hard to do gold if you're up into the RNGs of the AI. You know?
I mean, yeah, second worst RNG, and then I missed triple hit. I got double hit, but I missed triple hit. Triple hit is like really hard on the left side. And the thing is, you like can't just lure him over to the right side either. Ultimately, if you get perfect RNG, you will have to do it on the left side. He will only like end up on the right side of the arena if you get exactly 1 extra walk.
Now notice your gold now. Like, what is that? What did you use? Like, what did you just
Oh
do
yeah,
here?
that's the item I bought in the Ward 7 shop. So this is the one thing we were referring to that I would be getting that's not a key from a shop. This will give me 10 extra hits, which you really need them in this level. This level has a load of damage boosts.
Yeah. Imagine not damage boosting. We're taking at least like 11, 12 hits. Probably 11 keeping Diddy.
Yeah, you do want to keep Diddy here, generally, because there are no Diddy barrels in the next 2 levels, and then the one after that, you really want Diddy for at the beginning.
Yeah.
Ideally. Alright. One
Yeah,
hit
the,
this
the number of hits you're taking is crazy.
But yeah, just you can see how it just makes it that much faster. Yeah, that is the only place we use it in any percent. It's also the only place we use it in all stages. In all puzzles, though, we also use it in one secret level. But yeah, it's not a very common item to use. We've got 2 auto scrolls right here, and this is, I would say, the hardest auto scroller in any percent.
A new donation here, by the way, is Heather M with a $10 donation for the cause. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Header M.
I like to refer to this level in the next auto scroller as the calm before the storm. Except it's not very calm because this is a very difficult auto scroller. You always get very close to taking a death here, and it's even worse in all stages and all puzzles. Some of these Kong letters, like the O at the top here, they're really out of the way, and of course anything is a one-hit kill. So don't touch anything.
Do you know if it's still one-hit kills in modern mode in HD?
It is. It's only not a one-hit kill if you use a crash guard, which you can only get in new
Modern mode.
You can only get them in modern or new mode in HD or 3D. And of course we don't want to do that for speedrunning.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be taking a hit.
So Tropical Freeze actually does do 2 hits.
Yeah. But they do make
Unless
the
you're Michael,
auto-scrolls
yeah.
like they make the auto scrollers a bit harder to compensate for that.
That is true. Built for 2 hits. Also, or if your name is Michael Goldfish and at the start of 6-4 you just immediately crash. Let's go classic. That was a good. That was a good GDQ run.
So this auto scroll is not as scary as 8-2, but it is gotta be on your toes.
Still very easy to lose Diddy here. Or at least die.
Yeah. In this section,
Good.
I do not want to touch anything. Do not jump at all, because if I jump, I will not pass through one of the rails. I don't know why that happens, but if you don't jump at all, you can pass through a rail. And the effect that has is that you land on the final rail in that section much earlier, which means you get to build more speed, which means you get to do that cool-looking jump. It looks like a really scary jump. It really is not that bad at all. You have a pretty massive window to do it. Right, and that's pretty much it.
That's the hard part, yeah.
Yeah. This has the hardest, like, out of cart movement out of one of these standing cart levels, but it's really not too bad if you practice enough.
And it's still like I could hear little audio cues like from the music where you jump and everything, and it's like matched up.
I actually wasn't using audio cues for that, but I guess that's lined up kind of nicely. Now that I think of it, I do probably subconsciously time it to audio, but I don't. It's not necessary at all. This level is scary. There is a so-called Gauntlet of Ward 8, which is the next 3 levels, and this is the scariest one. I'm going to focus here. This is the Storm, by the way. The 8-2 and 8-3 with the Calm, this is a Storm. Okay, it's kind of scary, but it works. does that get under? It does. Nice. Oh, yes. Feels so good to do that one quickly. But yes, that is a very scary level. Right at the end of a run. And this next one's also pretty scary. Oh, that was a lot of time to menuing in this run. Pressing like the start late and stuff.
Small delays, no worries. This is probably one of the more interesting skips to look at from a viewer perspective. The most important thing is we cannot lose Diddy.
Yeah.
At least up until a certain point. After that, really don't. Before that, sure.
And that point is right now.
Yeah, literally now.
Okay, so we can take a hit, but I can't lose Diddy under any circumstance. And you'll see why. In HD and 3D, you have to delay that cannon shot right there. For some reason, the fireballs run different cycles. So this is sort of an auto-scroller for like 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, you see that next to going down, if you pay real good attention, we're going to the right, where the ending barrel is.
Yes.
We are currently waiting for a specific comet here. I call it comets. There he is.
I normally you damage boost through it, but since I took damage, I'm going to wait and jump. Boom. And that looks really terrifying from a casual perspective. It's really
blind
not
jump
that
at the end.
It's really not that hard, though. I'm not saying that just because I'm like practiced it a lot. It's because really all you do is you just wait for the cue, you do a full jump as soon as you go off screen, and then you hover when you're about halfway up on the y-axis, and that just works every time. Right, 8-7. One thing at the beginning I really don't want to screw up here. Got it. Perfect beginning. So this level's not as terrifying as the last two. You can not die so easily here, but still lose a lot of time if you're not careful. Oh, whoops. Trying to cut my jumps too tight. Ugh. You can do a really awkward movement there to like get a roll on that platform as soon as it comes out, but not uncommon to miss it. Kind of messy 8-7, but still good enough. Alright. So for reference, I am plus 30 on my PB right now. 7B.
Thank you, Bert.
And some of that was because, yeah, some of it was the egg boss there.
If it weren't for that, I would have been like, I would be like minus 10 or minus 15 on my PB right now. But the bird is just one of the guys.
Yeah.
This is the other guy.
Well, this is one of the final bosses, right? So.
Yes, this is the final boss, and he is the other guy, so to speak. Affectionately calling him that.
Well, they're allowed. Like, they're the final boss, so that's allowed, you know. It's the final one.
But before that, we actually have a special auto-scroller. This is the only other vertical auto-scroller in the game. Just a little treat before the final boss. I guess I'll use this to actually explain the final boss. So, he has even worse RNG. I regret to inform you. Potential to be even worse than 7B. However, he was very bad in my PB, so I might actually be able to PB here. First phase, I'm going to get a free hit on him immediately. And then I want to hit both of his. I want to hit both of his hands twice. So I'm gonna get a free hit right here. Like that. He can be either high or low there. And he decides to be high. That's fine. Now here, his palms can be down. I want them to be down. They're up. Well, screw me. He can do palm up to 3 times, by the way. And if you think about it, it's
There
like
we
50
better hit.
chance you just get perfect luck with that. That was really close. I nearly screwed that up. I'm not used to his final hand being on the right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're in for a big one here, aren't we? Right after this,
Get
he's going to do
palmed.
it again. Please don't be palms down, up again. Thank you. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Each palm up
Now
loses
we're off to the face. Get ready on time. By the way, estimate is
So we need to hit him 3 times.
wrong.
Yeah, need him 3 times. First hit's always free. He can do 2 hits in a row.
Nope.
Yeah. That doesn't mean he won't do it the second time. But yes, this is the really sucky part. He can just delay kind of as much as he wants. He can lose like 30 seconds. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Please double hit. Please double hit. No.
You can get the double hit? It looked like it.
Oh, that would have been a PB if he double hit me there. Wait. Wait. I tied my PB.
Hey! Congrats.
That is a
Hey.
well-deserved GG in that
That's a
case.
fantastic run.
Second best time ever.
Yeah, that is an incredible run, by the way. I cannot believe I got that. Deathless. Yeah, Deathless, like
Yeah,
no
that was
huge
Deathless,
mistakes,
yeah.
really. Aside from like, okay, I missed triple hit in 7B. I didn't really make any major mistakes in any of the levels. I guess 7-5 I lost a little bit of time, but that is insane. That is easily the best marathon run for this game. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, wow. I really wasn't expecting that, as you can probably tell.
No,
Yeah,
your reaction alone is definitely telling us how happy you are with that run.
And you know what I'm gonna have to do now? I can't even talk. First of all, well, you know what I'm gonna have to do now. First of all is make a cup of tea, and then second of all is I'm gonna have to retime that. I don't mean retime it to check if it's like a 24 or something. I mean do the load removal. And the thing is, the
Alright.
load removal, like, it takes a little bit to do, and by a little bit, I mean it can take a couple hours per run. It has to be done manually because this game's kind of weird and it's got a lot of loads, and you can't really catch them all with an auto splitter. So, got to do it manually. But I'm gonna have to retime that because that might actually be a PB, like loadless.
But definitely, anything before you guys go, real quick?
I want to just shout out the whole community. I want to shout out Minus. I've met him in real life twice. He's the world record holder for this game. Shout out to Sorrento, JXD, Bronze, all the new players running HD. So Scorpy, Hideseek, Tonkotsu, Void, of course. Everyone else.
I think Samu
Jake.
is here as well.
Jake Fox. Who else is there? I'm definitely going to forget people.
If I may, we got the old guard, which is Spike Vegeta. We have come on, he's Germans.
Mr. Tiger, Lucas.
Mr. Tiger. Yes, that's the one. Thank you so much.
And yeah, I think that's. I'm definitely forgetting people, and if I forgot you, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. And the speedrun community is really in somewhat of a renaissance right now, both with HD coming out and also just with general interest increasing. We have emulator leaderboards for this game if you want to run it on emulator. And there's so many ways to play this game. Like you got 3 different official releases. You can play it on emulator. You can really do whatever you want. And HD is definitely seeing a lot of activity right now. Even though I would consider this version to be the definitive one for speedrunning. But I think that's really all I have to say. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to have to go and retime that.
Alrighty then. Thank you,
Yes.
Leah, for the run, and thank you, Ricklet, for telling me with not just one but 2 runs on the couch. So I do appreciate that
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, this one wasn't planned, but Leah didn't mind. I'm actually a runner of the game, or ex-runner, I should honestly mention. We're probably gonna meet as well at UKSG, which is in 2 months,
Oh, you're
and I'm
going.
gonna
Let's go.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm actually coming. I'm actually also gonna try and get your run in as well, as I'm part of the voting people.
A little manipulation
Wow.
behind the scenes. Don't tell anyone.
Of course, of course.
Right around. So we're going to be heading up here to Henry Stickmin here coming after this, but you're watching Gaming for Hope, Gamer Against Cancer here, part of the Stand Up for Cancer fundraiser event. Stand Up for Cancer mission is to raise funds to accelerate the pace of groundbreaking translational research that can get new therapies to patients quickly and save lives now. Stand Up to Cancer brings together the best and the brightest researchers and mandates collaboration among the cancer community. By galvanizing the entertainment industry, Stand Up to Cancer has set out to generate awareness, educate the public on cancer prevention, and help more people diagnosed with cancer become long-term survivors. I am Saber. Will be hosting the next event coming up here in just a second. We're going to take a quick break while we set up for Henry Stickmin. Thank you for joining us.